to help you to create a teachable framework for yourself, let's look at some scientific reasons why it's important for you to do this. And for that, I need to talk to you about your brain and the concept of time. Let's look at time itself. Time is time. It's very fixed. 8 seconds is 8 seconds. 20 minutes is 20 minutes. An hour is exactly that, an hour. So why is it sometimes that an hour seems to drag on, especially if you're listening to that presenter and you keep looking at the watch? When are they going to finish? And sometimes a presenter might be speaking for half a day, a whole day, and you come to the end of the day and you're like, what? Is it 4 o'clock? I was enjoying myself. That's because of something known as the oddball effect. And it refers to the amount of information that gets pushed to your audience in a specific amount of time. And the rule says that your brain needs soft breaks every 15 to 20 minutes so that they are doing something in between that 15 to 20 minutes of you speaking that entrenches the knowledge. If you're just going to be speaking continuously at them, that's when they feel overwhelmed with the amount of information that you're giving to them. They feel as if you are just talking and you're boring them and they're not being engaged. So what I'm going to teach you is not only how to package your information, but once you have all this information in a certain framework, how to deliver that information so that you can also speak for a day if you are teaching, or more than an hour if you are presenting, and still have connection and engagement with your audience so that they are not looking at their watch as they are speaking. So how do you package your information? When you are packaging your information, you have one of 4 frameworks in which to do so. Number 1 is through an acronym. In me teaching you this course, I've given you many acronyms, and it's just a preferred method of my own. If you don't like that, you can go to method number 2, which is through a visual model. And if you're thinking of visual model, think of things like Maslow's hierarchy of needs or Stephen Covey's 7 habits of highly effective people. These are taking shapes and putting them together and encompassing your own way of doing things into this model. Number 3 is what is known as alliteration, where the first letter of each word starts with the same letter of the alphabet. And if you had gone through the earlier section in this course, where I gave you different ways, 22 in total, of starting and ending your talk, that was actually this technique, where every technique started with either a P, an S, or a Q. It's called alliteration. And so if you're choosing this, try not to choose a letter of the alphabet where you're going to be too constrained for choice. So your A's are good, your S's are good, your P's are definitely a good letter of the alphabet. It has many words to use. And finally, your last framework is what is known as an info picture, where you're taking your information and you're creating a nice visual diagram that visually depicts the steps to take in order to understand your content. So those are the 4 frameworks. What I'll show you in the next lecture is to how to take your content and to build your content into one of these frameworks. So let's get into it.